Yo, yo. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's Vinnie Paz. What's the word? I'm with my main man, Edgar. Once again, Edgar's in the building. You wanna come up, Papa? He likes to sit behind me when I'm writing, so let's see if he chills while we're doing this. Yo, so what's the word, y'all? It's Vinnie Paz. I haven't seen y'all in a minute. The last time I dropped a video was around the time my record dropped, so we're talking about like 2 months, 2.5 months now. I just wanted to take a quick moment. First off, Salam Alaikum. Peace be unto everybody who's watching the video. I hope the holidays treated y'all well and all of that. I hope all of y'all are feeling blessed and whatnot. So yeah, it's been since like my record came out that I did the last video. Right after that video, I went over to Europe. So obviously, it's been hard to do these little videos because this shit hit the fan when a record drops. You know, as soon as it drops, boom, over to Europe, then boom, 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 work. And once the dust settles with things like touring and promotion, you know, obviously the record's still new to casual fans of my music. Some people might not even be aware of it, but if you're watching this video, you're probably not a casual fan, so you understand where I'm coming from. It's you know what I'm saying, it's still a record that's being promoted. I'm gonna shoot a video for 93 with DJ clips. A lot of y'all seem to like that, so we're gonna do a video. I'm not gonna say much about the video other than we're doing it. So as soon as I got back, you know, again, like I said, there's the typical, you know, rounds of promotion. I didn't really do any interviews or anything this time around. That shit gets monotonous to me because they ask me the same questions. You know, I'd rather just talk to y'all the way that I know how to, rather than be asked the same shit over and over again. When did you meet Stu? How long have you been rapping? It's monotony, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I'd spoke in previous videos about working on Heavy Metal Kings, and I was writing for it. And so there's like, I want to say there's like 22 songs that we have, Bill and I. We're going to cut it to like 13 songs. Bill's coming to Philly the week after next. We're going to wrap all that up, start mixing, have that out by the spring. Heavy Metal Kings Part 2, Black God, White Devil. That's coming out this spring. I've been done with my vocals for Heavy Metal Kings, so I've been feeling better up here in my mind and physically. I've been feeling better in every way, spiritually as well. So I've been writing a lot, and so I was like, yo, let's get back into the JMT record. But he's working on Eamon and the Phantom with my man Eamon, who you might know from Rugged Man's Records. He was on Fraudulent Cloth and Jedi Mind Tricks, and he was on a couple joints on the Cornerstone of the Corner Store. We're doing an entire record, Stoop and Eamon. It's like 60s soul meets doo-wop meets hip-hop. It's brilliant. If you're into that kind of thing, don't cry writing me that it's not a hip-hop record, because it's not. I'm not going to tell you that it is to try to lure you in. It's not a hip-hop record. It's reminiscent of 60s soul, real dirty 60s soul. So Stu was involved with that, but he gave me enough beats to keep me busy. So I've been in the lab working on Jedi Mind Tricks for the past, since I talked to y'all. I've been working on it. There's like, we already have like 16 joints. And I'm not even 1/3 of the way where I want to be. So we might have upwards of 30, 35 songs to pick from when I'm done. Of course, we're not going to put out that many songs, you know what I mean? And be delusional with double LPs and all that, because, you know, then people aren't getting your best, you know what I mean? You have to understand and be smart enough to know when to nip and tuck. With that said, I'm mega happy where it's at, y'all. This is the best I felt in a long time. Rhyme-wise, physically, where my head is at, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Inshallah continues that way. But like I said, it's like 16 joints. already done, and we haven't even really sunk our teeth into it yet because Stoop is caught up with this Eamon record. We're shooting. Eamon's in from LA. We're shooting a video for that record as we speak. Pardon me, I'm mad thirsty. I start fucking getting excited because I haven't talked to y'all in a minute, man. It's good to be back. So, yeah, that's what's going on that front. The record's called The Bridge in the Abyss. We even started with the cover art and stuff. You know, the artist is starting on the cover art. So we're looking at November 2017 for that. Another thing I wanted to mention, I had been answering some questions from y'all in the previous videos. Obviously, it's been a couple months. Those questions are fucking long lost. So if I answered you, thank you for writing me. Thank you for caring enough to write. If I didn't answer your questions, I either thought your question was retarded and you should jump off a bridge, or I didn't get to it because time ran out and then I had to go promote the record and whatnot. So if you want to hit me and have me answer your questions, just write info@jmthiphop.com, and in the subject of the email, put questions for Paz. So info@jmthiphop.com, and then questions for Paz in the subject line, and I'll try to answer them because I'm gonna do my best to keep doing these as long as y'all want me to. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't want me to, just tell me shut the fuck up. And I'll keep doing the videos and I'll answer y'all questions. Another thing it's been a minute for is, since it's been so long, when I talked to y'all was towards the end of the year, and that's when boxing goes into hibernation, because typically people don't have camps through the holidays, nor do they want to, you know, because of the distractions, even if they're positive distractions of family and bad eating habits, and it's hard to be away from your loved ones doing that. So there's this little period of time, you know, like from mid-December to mid-January where really shit isn't happening, you know. So the year came back in terms of major cards. You know, I could go on all day about smaller cards, y'all know that. But as far as major cards are concerned, the year comes back on two networks rivaling each other. Again, that doesn't make sense, but that's another topic for another day of why boxing is fighting itself. Why would you have a major card on Showtime and a major card on HBO on the same night at the same time? You know, that's for the boxing guys, you know. So listen, the bigger of the two cards was Leo Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton from Ireland in a rematch of a very good scrap from last year. The undercard was the returning Mikey Garcia against Dejan Zlatichny. Zlatichny is the way you say his name. So I said, look, I don't believe that Santa Cruz can make the necessary adjustments. This kid is who he is. He throws punches and bunches, you know, comes forward, and that's good. That's good to get him by a lot of people. But Frampton neutralized all that the first time around. One judge had it a draw. People thought it was close. I didn't think it was really that close. I had Frampton winning 8 rounds to 4, 116-112. But they wanted to do it again. I wasn't mad at that because even though I didn't think it was close, I thought it was competitive. The rounds were competitive. So they decided to do it again. I said that Santa Cruz wouldn't be able to make adjustments. He did that. He proved me wrong. Before I get to that, I wanted to say I picked Mikey to win a unanimous lopsided decision, or I said he would stop Zlatichny late. He obliterated him in the 3rd round, within 3 rounds. My guess is that even though it's only January, that will end up being the knockout of the year. Now that I know he's okay, I can tell you this. I thought Zlatichny was dead. When he hit him, he basically... Mikey hurt him with an uppercut. Dude went against the ropes and dropped his hands, and Mikey shifted his body bang, threw it right down the pipe. Son looked dead to me. I was scared, you know, and I was happy for Mikey, but I didn't want anything bad to happen to this kid. This is Laticini. You know, they put the oxygen on him. Shit looked grim, but he's fine. They took him to the hospital, you know, for precautionary measures, but he's fine. Brutal knockout. If you haven't seen it, Mikey Garcia, Dejans Laticini, it's on YouTube. The brutal knockout. As far as the main event there in that card, look, I give Santa Cruz credit, man, because I didn't think he'd be able to do what he did. I thought it was a situation where he was what he was. Tough, good chin, Mexican fighter. Come forward, punches and bunches, which he still did, but he jabbed he jabbed the shit out of Frampton and kept distance. That was the fight. The fact that he kept the distance in between them, because once they were in the pocket last time in close, and Frampton was getting his shit off, it was a wrap. But they drew up a game plan and told the kid, box, stay on the stick, stay on the jab, and he did it. So, respect. Again, it's funny, I had it 8 rounds to 4 the first time for Frampton. I had it 8 rounds to 4 this time for Santa Cruz. They both said that they want to do it again, trilogy, so go over to Belfast, do it again. I'll watch it again, because there's talk of Frampton maybe fighting Lomachenko. He don't want that. He don't want that. He'll get destroyed. Nobody wanted with Lomachenko, man. Don't bother writing me with some fucking name of somebody. Don't nobody from 126, from 122, 126, 130, maybe 135. Don't nobody want it with Loma. Can't nobody give it to him. All right? He might be the... Look, for me, from the eye test, Lomachenko is the best in the world. Now, you can't just go on the eye test for your pound for pound. I understand that. So, is he on the top of the pound for pound that I would post on Twitter, Facebook? No. But in my head, he's the best fighter in the world. All right. So, other card. The other card, HBO, a more rugged, gritty card. Look, you have Francisco Vargas, who's coming off of 2 wars, all right, with Maura, Takashi Maura, in a fight of the year, and Salido the year, which was the fight of the year. The guy's got the fight of the year 2 years back to back. He's always in a fucking bloodbath. So Maura was on the undercard against Mickey Roman. 2 Mexicans. My apologies. The undercard was Maura. Mickey Roman from Mexico. Maura is from Japan. He was in the fight of the year with. I'm losing a little bit with Vargas. So those 2 were fighting on the undercard to fight the winner of the main event, which was Vargas. How do you say that kid's name? Berchelt, Miguel Berchelt. I don't know how you're Mexican and get the name Berchelt, but whatever. So, yo, first fight, a fucking bloodbath, man. Them dudes beat the shit out of each other. If you have a son and you want to teach him about grit and determination and what it is to have courage and heart, show him that fight, man. If you want to show him skills and how to not get hit, don't show him that fight. All right? But if you want to show him with dogged determination and heart will get you, show your son that fight. Great fight. Now, I thought Vargas was going to win the main event, but I knew Berchelt was a live dog because the kid had come off like 26 KOs in a row or something ridiculous. His only loss was early in his career, a quick stoppage. You can't always judge by that. So you're looking at someone who, like, give or take with that 1-0, they're an undefeated guy, you know? Yo, man, I think Vargas needs to retire. The scar tissue, he's been in there in too many wars, too much blood loss. It was a bloodletting. They eventually stopped the fight. So what it looks like they're gonna do, and it would make me happy as shit, would be Maura and Berchelt for the strap. I'm in. It's got a war written all over it. Because Bachel can box a little bit. When he wanted to, he sat on the outside and picked his shot. He doubled up on the jab, dropped the right. He ripped the body well. He did everything well. Surprisingly good footwork. Not amazing, but surprisingly good. So look, great night of fights, man. I've already talked for like, it seems like forever, at least 20 minutes, man. So maybe more than that. So I don't want to take too much of your time. Look, Triple G is fighting Danny Jacobs in New York. I'm going there. If y'all are going, anybody that's going, come up and say what up. I think that Golovkin KOs him within 5. I've said that on previous episodes, but it's getting more near. And Canelo is going to fight Junior Cinco de Mayo. Look, man, can a hungry, in shape Chavez is a dangerous guy. You got to think about that. Is he going to drain the shit out of himself? They're fighting at 64.5, a ridiculous Canelo weight. There's too many variables to predict what's going to happen there. I know enough about Golovkin and Jacobs to make a prediction there. There's too many intangibles with Canelo Chavez Jr. because of Canelo going up 10 pounds. We all have seen pictures of Chavez walking around eating fast food. He was fighting at light heavyweight, dedicated and strong and properly trained. Who knows what will happen? You know, his chin was granite up until he went all the way up to 175. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can really look at that as his chin was shaky. It's not. His chin is granite. Canelo's chin is granite. What's going to happen there? Maybe a war. So yeah, man. Yo, a few records that are right here. I'm just gonna go through them real quick because I'm running long, man. I've been listening to these while I've been making this record, man. Just to get back to fall in love back what I fell in love with, you know, over 30 years ago, man. Philly's finest, one of Philly's finest, Steady B, MC Boo, KRS did joints on this record, incredible record. More Steady. I love this record as well. Steady had so many joints, man. Going Steady. This record, I love this record. This might be my favorite record that he did. It's possible. I'm not sure. To me, the hardest MC of all time, the hardest ever, Just Ice. Mush It Up. One of the hardest records. Yo, man. More Philly Love. Schoolie. These are just records I've been listening to while I've been writing for JMT. More Just Ice. This Ignorance at its finest. Hard beats. Hard rhymes. So yeah, man. That's it for this time. Write in info@jmthiphop.com. Questions for Paz. Tell me what you want me to talk about as well. If there was, you know, too much boxing, if you're not a boxing fan, I probably OD'd on the boxing tonight. And I apologize for that, but I won't OD that much. There was just a lot to talk about. I could talk about records I'm listening to, so on and so forth. If you want to make suggestions as to what I talk about, again, info@jmthiphop in the subject for questions for Paz. I have a podcast. It's called The Broad Street Breakdown. It's basically all things counterculture. We talk everything from gangs to hip-hop to punk rock to metal to everything in between, to wrestling. It's broadstreetbreakdown.com, iTunes, but broadstreetbreakdown.com. You can get everything there. I'm on Twitter at Vinnie_Paz. For everything, Vinnie Paz and Jedi Mind Tricks, go to jmthiphop.com. You get merch there, music there, hats, scullies, sweaters, all of that, whatever. On Instagram, I'm Boxcutter Pazzy. I think that might be it, y'all. So, appreciate y'all watching. Y'all welcome me back. Cop the Cornerstone of the Corner Store if you haven't. Heavy Metal Kings is coming. Jedi Mind Tricks is coming. And I'm going to catch y'all next time, all right? Peace.